Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I wanted to make a short video. But I think an important one. And it's a news story. A very scary one actually. And it shows something I've been talking about for a long time now on this channel. And what's interesting is, right at the same time this news story came across my cartoon desk, one of my subscribers made a comment regarding narcissists in the church. And the sad fact, for believers that is, that there are indeed a lot of narcissists and toxic people in the church. I mean, as a believer, maybe you feel lonely and you want to fellowship. And maybe you might believe you can meet a decent Christian woman or a decent Christian man. But sadly it's become a mess just like most of the world out there. But one thing I've said since the beginning of this channel. If you are in a healthy relationship, a relationship where you both get along, you both believe in God, and you are both going down the same path of life, be very careful. Because you are going to likely encounter narcissists that are going to try to trip you up and separate you. For the man or husband, a woman in the church might try to seduce you and then threaten to tell your wife. Or she just might go right on ahead and tell your wife. All to see your home become destroyed. And for the woman, both women and men in the church will over time make you feel that you can do better than your husband. And let me tell you what. Besides some of the men at these churches wanting to see you break up, they want to steal your wife from you. I'm telling you. I bet there are tons of people when they think about it, went into or joined a church happily married and walked away divorced. So what does it have to do with this story? Well, this guy behind me is a pastor of a church. And he weirdly is wandering around, uninvited, in a woman's home in the middle of the night with a flashlight, of a woman that attends his church. Lucky this woman and her daughter weren't home. And though he appears to either see the security camera, or is uneasy for some reason and leaves, he comes back the next evening and does the same thing. The police show up. And he's long gone. But they do arrest him later away from the house. Now it's pointed out in this news story, and I will link it in the box below. But it's pointed out that this woman and her husband just went through a divorce. Now it's not mentioned why the divorce happened. It could have been for a variety of things. There's no way for us to know. But what we do know is, if a couple that is going to church and they think the world of their pastor, the minute they are having marriage problems, they go right to see their pastor. When? Not all of the time, but most of the time, the pastor wants the man's wife for himself. And again, we don't know what happened to make this couple divorce. But I will say this. Narcissists are masters at making you doubt yourself and those around you that mean well in your life. I'm not saying anything about this man or woman's marriage. But this is what narcissists and other toxic envious people do. And this is why I say, do not date or be in a serious relationship with someone that doesn't see you as a serious partner. Meaning, if they want to get on a plane and travel to some exotic location with their friends and not you, leave. If they a year after being your ride or die and then out of nowhere they say an old friend wants to meet them for drinks at a nightclub, leave. This is one of the biggest do tests out there. They will give you a picture-perfect relationship. Then out of nowhere an old friend happened to bump into them at the store and they plan to meet up at a nightclub. Not a coffee shop. Not for lunch and bring you along to meet them. But a nightclub. If you stay, you are telling this person that it's open season to cheat on you and abuse you. But let's say nothing like that happens and you have a rock-solid relationship. Well, you need to sit down as a couple and talk about all the ways those outside of you will try to bring you down. And how and what you will do as a couple if you sense that is happening. Your best bet is to know that creeps like this exist. And this guy was likely plotting and planning for a long time. And he probably thought in his weirdo mind that he had a chance with this woman. And like the nut job that he is, If he's crazy enough to walk into her home with a flashlight. If he were turned down, he would have been crazy enough to do worse. Look. Be careful out there. Just because they are a pastor and it's a church doesn't mean they really love Jesus and they mean you well. They can truly be a wolf inside sheep's clothing. Something to think about. Well, that's all I have for today. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.